I want to offer to you some suggestions of how you can spend Holy Week, remembering Christ during this week and the events of his life. And also, I think, can add some ways that keep us connected with respect even to worshiping together. Palm Sunday, of course, is Sunday, and we celebrate the triumph of Jesus' great entry into the city of Jerusalem. This is the day when children of our church usually, lead us in the singing of the songs of Hosanna, and they wave the palm branches as they walk down the aisles to the front and lay them there at the altar. Well, I encourage you in that you will be at home on Palm Sunday when we worship by way of video, the YouTube or Facebook. I want to encourage you to gather some leafy branches in your yard, green, and place them on the front steps. Lets people that come by know that you've worshiped on Palm Sunday, maybe remind you about Palm Sunday. I would also want you to keep one of those or two of those green branches. And where you watch the services, be it at a computer or where your TV is, if you had a small table or something, you could set up like an altar and place those green branches on that makeshift or symbolic altar for Palm Sunday to remind you of Palm Sunday and all that it means, and be very symbolic for the entire time of Holy Week. Then I want to remind you that come Thursday is known as Maundy Thursday in Holy Week, and it's a day that we usually gather in the sanctuary for a time of worship and to celebrate the Lord's Supper together as we reflect on the Passover celebration that Jesus had with his disciples on that evening of his arrest that was upcoming. Well, I would suggest that you place a piece of bread and a cup on that makeshift altar that you have next to where you watch the services, and let that be a reminder to you about Jesus having supper with his disciples. Then we come to Friday, Good Friday, which is April the 10th. And I want to suggest that you place a white candle on your altar and that you light that candle when you're at home. And then in the evening, about the time you get ready to retire for bed, that you would extinguish that candle and maybe take a piece of black cloth and place that over your altar, just as a reminder of the crucifixion of Christ and the pain and the suffering that he went through and how that really was a dark day. And then to come back Easter Sunday, we've been working and planning at Grove Park to have a worship service here at church by way of the parking lot. So we're kind of calling it our Easter Sunday, Pack the Parking Lot. We'll have an 11 o'clock worship service, and we're making plans to hold it as a live service in the parking lot. So I hope you will come and take one of the empty parking spaces and fill that on Sunday morning by 11 o'clock. We'll have a sound system in place. We're working to where you may be able to hear it by way of your FM radio in your vehicle. It'll be a wonderful time to gather as a church family. We're wanting everyone to stay in their cars, be mindful of how we are to, not gather as a group close to each other. So stay in cars, but we will provide the service where you should be able to hear it in your car, your truck, your vehicle that you come to church in on Sunday. So we're calling it Pack the Parking Lot for Easter Sunday, a live worship service at Grove Park Baptist Church. I hope you will spread the word. And in that service, I hope that we will have a record number of vehicles on our church property as we celebrate Easter together, the resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, Easter Sunday.